see him a beast when you hear that sound like, yeah, beat on the beat when you hear that sound like, woo. Yeah, bitch and the champ only need one round like, ha. Yeah, me, I'm a G-Ring, he in the
With me
like.
today, fighting this weekend at UFC 289, Jasmine Jasudavicius. Jasmine, happy fight week. I see Vancouver in the background. How you feeling?
I feel great. Yeah, this is the view from my hotel room. It's pretty sick. I've been I set up my chair right here, and then that way I can like eat all my meals and just like take in the scenery. It's nice, my home country, but it's way more beautiful here than it is in Ontario. Well, so, northern Ontario is super nice, but you know what I'm saying? It's gorgeous here.
I saw on Instagram you guys were on the hike. Yeah, it looks beautiful. And obviously UFC 289 is a big one. You're at home in Canada. Is fight week energy just like a little bit bigger, like different than normal?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, the enemy's coming on home territory. So it's like you can feel the vibe and the atmosphere, and like, being being this my home country, I feel like I'm like a little bit on edge, but at the same time I'm just like enjoying every minute of it.
And then real quick before we continue, just because, we're Twitter official now, we follow each other, we're friends and all that. I thought of a good nickname for you, and I don't know if anyone's ever said it before. So has anyone ever called you Jazzy Vicious before?
Well, they call me Jazz Vicious, but yeah, not Jazzy Vicious.
All right, well, that's my little spin on it. I like that, Jazzy Vicious. So that's what I'm going to be cheering.
I like it. Yeah.
So, you train at Niagara Top Team. Between your fight and Mike's fight and being in Canada, is it just that, like, how's the buzz in the gym leading up to this one?
Oh, it's crazy. We not only are like Mike and I fighting, but also a bunch of the guys from the team are fighting in like the regional cards.
Yeah, I saw
so that. leading up to this, like the gym was like bumping. It was crazy. Everyone was getting ready for fights, and like you felt it on sparring days. Like you would come in and be like, "Ooh, okay, we know what's up today."
Well, and you guys like are going hard with your like social media stuff too. Like you're all over YouTube and all that. Who handles that? Is that you and you guys, or do you have someone for that?
We have some help for that. A lot of it is us that we do some work, but we got our boy Michael Goisman that's like helping us out. Like we understand that being at the highest level, like we have to be dedicated to training and social media, sometimes we're lacking with it. So to be able to have like Goisman helping us out with like all the posts and everything, then it's a blessing for us.
Between your guys' gym and then Goat Shed down in Florida, like where Jillian Robertson trains, you guys have like great social media presence. It's very entertaining, and it's cool because you get like a look into the hard work. Like this camp, you said you guys were going hard. We could see that from the sideline, so it's awesome.
Yeah, no, and it's cool because, once we're old and done competing, we'll still have all these videos to like look back on, and it's like, holy shit, like look how cool that was. Like we're living the coolest life, the best life that we can live right now. We're doing it, right? So it's cool to have it documented.
And training hard.
Miranda Maverick. Hard. Yeah.
Yeah, and you got Miranda Maverick coming up this weekend. What are your thoughts on Miranda? Any like past encounters with her? I believe this fight came to be because of a tweet.
Yeah, she called me out after my last fight, and I said like, give me a couple of days. I just need to chill, but I'm gonna send it to my team. And so I sent it off to the guys. I said, don't talk to me for a couple of days. I'm just gonna chill. And like I could hear them talking a little bit, so I knew a bit what was going on, but I'm like, just don't talk to me about it. Yeah. After 3 days, they're like, okay, let's try to get this fight. And so yeah, we went on to how do you get a fight and go on to social media, right? And so we did some like tweeting back and forth, and sent it to the matchmakers. We all of the management talk, everything, and yeah, here we are.
And I mean, this is a great fight from a fan's perspective. It's an exciting one all around. I'm just wondering, how do you feel your styles match up against each other? Do you think you're going to present problems to her? Do you see any problems she could present to you? How do you feel about the fight?
You know, I feel like we got very similar styles, and it's like this fight's gonna be is like who's better at that style. Both of us think we have better hands, and both of us think we got better grappling, and so we're just gonna find out on fight night what the truth is.
If I was a betting man, which I am a betting man. I don't know if I'll bet on this one. Who knows? But I
Yeah.
see as a fan too. I think this is going to be, unless if someone finds a finish, obviously, I think this is set up to be a long, grueling, bloody 15 minutes. Like, I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I mean, we trained like it's gonna be like that. However, I'm always looking for that finish, so we'll see what opportunity presents itself.
It's just an interesting one because you're both very tough and you both have similar styles, like you said. So I am super, super excited for it. I know you are too. And this is your first fight in Canada since 2019, I believe. Like, how much
Yeah.
energy are you going to get from that Canadian crowd?
Oh, I feel like the crowd is gonna charge me. Like I love fighting for a crowd. Fighting at the Apex, like
Yeah.
it's okay because you still get to scrap. But like fighting with fans, come on, it's the best. And to have Canadian fans, to be in a UFC event, UFC hasn't been in Canada in like 3 years.
Right.
And this is the first one with the Canadian fans. Like, it's gonna blow the roof off, man. I can't wait.
And who do you bring with you? Who's in your corner?
My corner, I got Chris Prickett, Matthew Marcantonio, and Matthew Jelly.
So, and we were talking about this a little bit before we started rolling, but as I said,
Yeah.
beautiful Vancouver in the background. How is that compared to like your neck of the woods back towards Toronto?
You know, it's a lot more beautiful here. Like it's more picturesque. The beautiful mountains. We got some really nice spots. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, like this is the creme de la creme.
It's that Pacific Northwest, man. It's beautiful.
It's so nice.
And obviously, I mentioned Mike Malott has a fight on this card too. He's on the main card, the co-main event.
He's doing the press conference too. Yeah,
That's hype,
it's
man.
so
Like,
sick. I know.
and I didn't get a chance to talk to him before the fight. As I mentioned, I was on vacation. But like, how has he been? What's his energy like?
Dude, he's jacked up. Like we got to fight on a card before together, and it's so sick. Like going through fight week with him, doing all our training. Like it's like I don't know, man. It's awesome being able to be there and do it with him. It's sick. It's so good.
And then, as unbiasedly as you can, how's his fight going down against Adam Fugit?
Oh, Mike's getting his hand raised, man. I think he's finishing him.
I think
the first round, maybe.
it's going to be. It's not going to be a fight you want to blink for, ladies and gentlemen. I'll put it that way.
No.
And then talking about your fight, Miranda's on a big 2-fight win streak. If you win here, that's a 2-fight win streak for you. And both of those 2 wins would have been when you're like the betting underdog, which has more weight, I guess, as a win. So that's a lot of momentum. This is the number 15 ranked flyweight. What's next? Like, are you getting a ranking after this?
I mean, that's the plan, right? Like, I'm gonna go out there and have the fight of my life and fucking just try my hardest to take that spot, right? Like, I truly believe if I finish her, I get that spot, and that's what I'm gonna be trying to do the whole fight.
And I know you're game to fight anybody, anytime, anywhere, but is there a specific opponent or a few opponents in the rankings you'd like to fight as your first ranked opponent?
Dude, I'm so zoned in on this one. We'll see what doors open up after, but I'm locked and loaded on this.
Well, this is my last question about the future, and it's, and pretty vague. You want to fight again in 2023, ideally?
Yeah, for sure. I want to be active. I said it from the start. I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. And I want to be active. I want to fight often, and I'll make that money.
You should come to New York in November if that's going to happen, so we can hang out and I can buy you a cheesesteak or whatever.
Dude, that'd be sick. I can hold you to that.
Oh, say less. I owe like 30 fighters cheesesteaks, and I'm checking them off the list. And then 289 is a big card too. The main event, Amanda Nunes, Irina Aldana. co-main event, Oliveira, Beneil, Mike Malott's got the co-main event spot. So let me just ask you quick, like Amanda Nunes, Irina Aldana, is Aldana gonna be able to get this one done, you think, or is this all Nunes?
I gotta be honest. I was in the workout room today with my team, and I saw Nunes. She's looking good. I'm going Nunes. I was on the fence like earlier, and then I saw, nah, she's got it.
It's the GOAT.
Yeah.
And what about Charles and Beneil?
I think I'm gonna go Charles.
Okay.
I don't know.
Great fight.
Yeah, I know. That one's a tough one. I feel like I'm flip-flopping every day on this one. But today, Charles.
And then since the last time we talked, your division had a little shakeup. I don't know if you heard, but Alexa Grasso beat Valentina Shevchenko. Like, what was your reaction when that happened?
That was nuts. I mean, like, but on both ends, you know what I mean? Congrats to Grasso, because you know she got that win, and that was awesome, and she trained that, and that's amazing. And I think Shevchenko's gonna come back strong. I think that her next fight, she's gonna look good. And like, everyone gets caught every once in a while. Like, she spun, she shouldn't have spun, shit. So I'm excited for the next one. I'm excited to see both of them continue. And yeah, I mean, I want to fight them one day.
Yeah, I already asked you about the Valentina fight, and you gave me that breakdown. So I may as well ask you real quick for my last question. How do you think a fight between you and Alexa would go down?
I'm gonna go with my hand raised at the end of that one. I don't know exactly how I would fight her, but yeah, I mean, I'm a dog, so let's go.
Well, in due time, we'll get to see it, so don't you worry. And Jasmine, before we get out of here, big fight, huge pay-per-view, home country. I just want to give you the opportunity. Is there anything you would like to say that you haven't yet? If so, the mic is yours.
No, just super excited to be able to fight in Canada, and like super excited and happy to be able to put on a show in front of the Canadian fans.
Well, thank you for the interview, and thank you for fighting, because I am so excited for this card, so excited for your fight, and truly, best of luck. I can't wait to see how it goes down. Ladies and gentlemen, June 10th, ESPN Plus, and then pay-per-view, UFC 289, and Jasmine Jasudavicius is gonna bring it to you. Jazzy Vicious, thank you so much.
Let's go. Thank you.